16, but yeah. 16 gates pairs work, part 2. So we've already worked on the upper part of the body, going between the gates of attack on the arms. So now let's go through the gates of attack on the legs. Let's get to it. So as we discussed before in a previous video, you've got the gates on the arms. You've got outside of the arm and you've got the inside of the arm, inside of the arm and the outside of the arm. It now works the same with the legs. So if Matt does a kick off his front leg, I can block it on the outside of his leg and I can shut him down. And then if Matt still kicks off his front leg, I can block and I can block outwards. So all I'm doing to counter-attack is roll my leg inwards or roll my leg outwards. So when Matt comes in, I meet it at the knee joint and then I push it inwards or I push it outwards. And then I use Matt's energy against him. So as he comes in, I block it and I shut him down. If he comes in again, I block it and then I open him up. And from that point, it can lead into other multiple different techniques. But you're still working through the gates on the leg. So for example, when Matt kicks off the front leg and I shut him down, I now have these gates on the leg to attack. So I can bring my body across, I can shut him down by doing a side kick or striking to the back of his knee joint, and then that collapses his leg. If he comes in and I open him up, block outwards, then I can bring my foot across, strike the knee joint, and collapse him in the other way. But you also have to remember what's going on with your arms still. So even though we're doing all these different strikes downstairs, we have to be careful of what's going on upstairs. So if Matt comes in and does a kick and I block, you can see quite quickly how much he's got me. So I have to be aware of what my hands are doing. So what you're doing is you start incorporating all 4 limbs. So Matt comes in, I block with my leg to his leg, I use both my arms, so I've got control of his arms, I've also got control of his leg, and then I can shut him down. So always being aware what the upper body's doing as well as the lower body. So the kick comes in, block. So even here, I'm using my hands. If I drop my hands and I'm only thinking about the leg, yeah, he's got me. So always be aware of what's going on upstairs and what's going on downstairs. And then you can vary it. So then it doesn't matter what leg Matt kicks off. So if he kicks off any leg, kicks off the back leg, I can turn that way. If he kicks off the back leg again, or the front leg, there we go. That's improv. Kicks again. So I can block off my back leg or I can block off my front leg. Matt can kick off his front leg or he can kick off his back leg. So then it's just a reaction. So it's being light on your feet. That's what you're working on. You've got to work with quickness and you've got to work with lightness. And what I tend to say in class a lot of the time, your arms want to move nice and light, shoulders want to be nice and relaxed, but it's the same with the legs. Hips have got to be nice and light, hips have got to be nice and relaxed, knees have got to be nice and loose, ankles have got to be nice and loose. Because if your feet are moving too heavy, then this isn't going to work. So the legs move just as effective, nice and light with the arms. And then you can apply multiple different techniques. Kick comes in again, knock, strike, strike, and then you can push. And then if you're quick enough, you can go between multiple gates of attack. So if it comes in, I can block, I can strike his leg inwards, but then I can come through and strike the back leg as well. So I've got 1, 2, and then I've got a strike above. And then that completes the 16 different gates or the 16 different targets on the body. So the arms and with the legs. Thank you.